Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Did you know that you may be able to park your RV overnight for free? Whether you're on a long road trip and just need a safe place to sleep, or you're looking for a beautiful place to boondock for several days, there are actually quite a few free options across the country. But and this is really important, not every place that looks like it allows overnight RV parking actually does. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the best options for free RV parking, how to find them, and some important safety and etiquette tips that you should know before settling in for the night. And before we get started, this is just a quick reminder to you. RV parking policies can vary a lot from one location to another, and they can change over time. So always verify the current rules for the specific location where you plan to stay. Pay attention to the posted signs and ask permission when necessary. What's allowed at one Walmart, rest area, or casino may not be allowed at another. Before we get into the different locations, let's quickly talk about the difference between free overnight parking and boondocking. Free overnight parking usually means you're stopping somewhere for one night while you're traveling. You're parking, sleeping, and leaving in the morning. This might be a Walmart parking lot, a Cracker Barrel, a truck stop, or a rest area. You are not setting up camp. Boondocking, on the other hand, usually refers to camping without hookups, often on public lands such as Bureau of Land Management or BLM land, as they call it, or in certain national forest areas. This can sometimes allow you to stay for several days or even longer, depending on the specific location and its regulations. So let's start with some of the best options. First up, BLM land and national forests. If you want beautiful scenery, peace and quiet, and the possibility of staying for more than one night, dispersed camping on public lands can be one of the best free RV camping options. BLM land in certain national forest areas offer dispersed camping, which generally means camping outside of a developed campground. There are no campground hosts, no reservations, and typically no electric, water, or sewer hookups. But what you lack in amenities, you may gain in privacy and incredible scenery. Many areas allow stays of up to 14 days, but this is absolutely not a universal rule, so you do have to check on that. The regulations can vary depending on specific land management agency and location. So before you set up camp, you want to check the rules for the exact area where you plan to stay. And remember, free does not mean unregulated. You still need to follow posted rules, fire restrictions, stay limits, and leave no trace principles. Next up, good old Walmart. Walmart is probably one of the best known options for overnight RV parking. But here is the important part. Not every Walmart allows overnight parking. Policies can vary by location, city, and local regulations. So don't simply assume that because you've stayed at one Walmart, every other Walmart will allow it. Call the store ahead of time and ask the manager when you arrive. If overnight parking is allowed, try to park in an area designated for RVs or toward the outer edges of the lot, away from the busiest areas. And remember, you are stopping for the night, not setting up an RV campsite. No awnings, no outdoor chairs, no grills, and no turning the parking lot into your own personal campground. If you need groceries or supplies, this is also a good opportunity to shop at the store that is allowing you to stay there. Next up, Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel restaurants are another popular overnight stop for RVers. Many locations have designated RV parking areas, and some are located right off major highways, making them convenient when you're traveling. But again, policies can vary by location, so call ahead or ask for permission once you get there. If you stay overnight, be respectful of the business. Consider having a meal or purchasing something from the store. And of course, park where you aren't blocking regular customers. Next up, Cabela's, Bass Pro Shops, and other retailers. Some Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops locations allow overnight RV parking, and some have designated areas that are specifically for RVs. Other retailers, including some home improvement stores and warehouse clubs, may also allow overnight parking at certain locations. But this is where you really need to do your homework. Policies can change. A store that allowed overnight parking last year may not allow it today, so you always want to check on that. Always check with a specific location before you stay. Never rely solely on what you read online or what another RVer tells you. And there are always truck stops and travel centers. Truck stops such as Pilot, Flying J, and Love's can be convenient places to stop when you're traveling on major highways. Many locations have large parking areas and are open 24 hours a day. Some offer additional services for RVers, such as showers, propane, dump stations, or potable water, although availability varies by location. The downside is that these locations, they can be noisy. You may be sharing the lot with large trucks coming and going throughout the night. So if you are a light sleeper, you may want to bring earplugs. And always make sure you're parked in an area where RVs are permitted. Highway rest areas and welcome centers are another option. Rest areas can be convenient when you need to get off the road and get some sleep. However, the rules vary significantly from state to state. Some states allow travelers to rest for a certain number of hours, while other locations prohibit overnight parking or sleeping entirely. You may see limits such as 8 or 12 hours. Always check the posted signs and follow the specific rules for that location. And if there is a designated area for trucks or RVs, use the appropriate parking area. Never assume that because other vehicles are parked overnight, you're automatically allowed to stay. Some casinos welcome RVers and may offer free or low-cost overnight parking in designated areas. Others may require you to register with security or obtain permission before staying. Some may also charge a fee during busy events or peak periods. If you plan to stay at a casino, check in with the security desk or RV parking area when you arrive. And of course, follow the casino's rules. And there's always Harvest Hosts and similar networks. Technically, these aren't always free because membership fees may apply, but they can provide access to some very unique overnight locations. Depending on the program and the location, you may be able to stay at places such as farms, wineries, breweries, museums, or other private properties. Some hosts may expect you to make a purchase. So while this may not be completely free, it can be a unique alternative to a traditional campground. And sometimes there are local options. Depending on where you are traveling, you may also find other possibilities. Some churches, VFWs, fairgrounds, local parks, and other community properties may allow overnight RV parking. But please don't pull in and assume it's okay. Always ask permission first. And be aware that some locations may only allow overnight parking during special events or under certain conditions. So how do you actually find these places? There are several apps and websites that can help. Campendium is popular with RVers and allows you to search for free camping and read reviews from other travelers. iOverlander is crowdsourced and can be helpful for finding overnight parking, especially if you're traveling in a van or a smaller RV. The Dirt offers information on campgrounds and other camping locations, although some features require a paid membership. RV Life campgrounds and free campsites can also be useful resources. And if you're looking for free, quick overnight stops, checking recent reviews can be extremely helpful. But remember, apps and websites can contain outdated information. A location may have changed its policy since the last review was posted. So always verify that overnight parking is currently allowed. Are you guys seeing a theme here with me saying, check to make sure it's okay? Don't go by what the last person said. Make sure it's okay. So yes, every time, check to make sure that it's okay that you're there. Now let's talk about safety. This is incredibly important. The world we live in today is full of all kinds of crazy people. The first rule is very simple. If a location doesn't feel right to you, leave. You do not have to stay somewhere just because you drove there. If the area feels unsafe, find another location. When you're staying in a commercial parking lot, choose a well-lit area whenever possible. Parking within a view of security cameras if you see them, that can also be helpful. But don't park directly in front of the store or block traffic, and keep your RV secured. Lock all entry doors, cab doors, and external storage compartments. Close your blinds so people can't easily see inside. Keep your keys and a flashlight somewhere that is easy to reach. And if possible, position your RV so you can pull forward and leave without having to back up or maneuver in an emergency. One of the most important rules for overnight parking is to look like you're parking, not camping. Keep your awnings retracted. Don't put out chairs, tables, grills, or outdoor rugs. Avoid setting up equipment unless it is absolutely necessary. And if you're in a commercial parking lot, you may want to keep your slide outs retracted as well. The goal is to spend the night and leave in the morning, not to make it look like you've moved into the parking lot. Before you go to sleep, make sure your smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector, and LP gas detector are all working properly. And if you use a generator, make sure the exhaust is clear and that the generator is positioned safely according to the manufacturer's instructions. Never place a generator where exhaust can enter the RV. Carbon monoxide is odorless and it's extremely dangerous. So this is one area where you never want to take shortcuts. If you want businesses and communities to continue welcoming RVers, etiquette is extremely important. First, always ask permission when required. Second, stay only as long as you're allowed. For a quick overnight stop, that usually means one night. Third, keep noise to a minimum. Be considerate with generators, music, and outdoor activity. Fourth, clean up after yourself. Leave the area exactly as you found it, or even better. And finally, if you're staying at a business that allows overnight parking, consider supporting that business. Buy a meal, pick up groceries, get fuel, or purchase something that you need. It's a small way to show appreciation for the opportunity to stay. You may have heard the term stealth camping. This usually refers to discreetly parking in areas where overnight camping may not specifically be allowed, such as city streets or other public areas. Personally, this is not something that we recommend. There can be legal restrictions, parking regulations, and safety concerns. And even if you think you're being discreet, you could still receive a knock on the door or a ticket. For us, finding a legal place where overnight parking is actually permitted is a much better option. Free RV parking can be a great way to save money, especially when you're traveling long distances and only need a place to sleep for one night. For quick overnight stops, you may find options at places like Walmart, Cracker Barrel, truck stops, casinos, and some retail locations. For a longer, more scenic experience, dispersed camping on eligible BLM or National Forest land may offer some incredible opportunities. But the most important thing to remember is this: never assume overnight parking is allowed. Check the rules, ask permission when necessary, follow posted regulations, stay safe, and leave no trace. Because the more respectful we are as RVers, the more likely it is that these free parking opportunities will continue to be available. If you have a favorite place to find free overnight RV parking, spill the beans. Let us know in the comments where you're staying. And if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to The Orderly RV for more tips to help you travel smarter, save money, and enjoy the RV lifestyle. Until next time, safe travels.